Joseph's story is one of incredible resilience. He faced unimaginable betrayal from his own brothers. They were jealous of him. They threw him into a pit. Then they sold him into slavery. It seemed like his dreams were shattered. But God had a plan. He was with Joseph every step of the way. Even in the darkest moments, we can find hope. God is always with us. He sees our pain. He hears our cries. He will never leave us nor forsake us. Joseph's story reminds us of this truth. Hold on to your faith, even when life gets tough. Joseph could have become bitter. He could have given up on life, but he chose to trust in God. He knew that God had a purpose for his life, and he was determined to fulfill that purpose. When we face setbacks, it's easy to get discouraged, but we have to remember that God is still on the throne. He is still in control, and he can use even the most difficult situations for our good. Joseph faced more challenges in Egypt. He was falsely accused by Potiphar's wife. He was thrown into prison for a crime he didn't commit. But even in prison, Joseph kept his integrity. He remained faithful to God, and God honored his faithfulness. It's easy to compromise our values when we're facing pressure, but Joseph's story reminds us that integrity is always the best policy. When we do what's right, even when it's hard, God will bless us. He will fight our battles. He will make our wrongs right. Joseph didn't just sit in prison feeling sorry for himself. He used his gifts to help others. He interpreted the dreams of his fellow prisoners. He showed kindness and compassion. And in doing so, he opened the door for his own breakthrough. When we focus on helping others, we take the focus off of our own problems. We find purpose and fulfillment in serving others. And we position ourselves for God's blessings. Now, God gave Joseph the ability to interpret dreams. Pharaoh had a dream that no one could understand. Joseph was called upon to interpret the dream. He revealed the meaning of the dream. It foretold of a coming famine. Joseph's wisdom and courage impressed Pharaoh. He saw that Joseph had a special anointing. Pharaoh promoted Joseph to a position of great power. He became second in command of all of Egypt. Joseph was able to save Egypt from the famine. We all have God-given gifts and talents. Don't be afraid to use them. Step out in faith. Believe that God can use you in amazing ways. Your gifts can make a difference in the world. They can bring hope and healing to others. Joseph's story is a testament to the power of resilience. He overcame betrayal, injustice, and imprisonment. Through it all, he remained faithful to God, and God elevated him to a position of power and influence. Years later, the famine spread to Canaan. Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to buy grain. They didn't even recognize Joseph, but Joseph knew them. He could have taken revenge on them, but instead, he chose to forgive them. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It's a choice to release the pain of the past. It's a decision to move forward in freedom. When we forgive others, we set ourselves free. Joseph's story is a powerful reminder that God can work all things together for good. Even the most painful experiences can be used for our growth and development. Joseph's journey teaches us about resilience. He shows us the importance of integrity. He reminds us of the power of forgiveness. Let his story inspire you to live a life of purpose and meaning.